The Florida Panthers have put the Edmonton Oilers on the brink of elimination, while the Panthers, they are one win away from their second straight Stanley Cup victory. The Florida Panthers, they win 5-2 in tonight's game against the Edmonton Oilers in Edmonton. The Oilers, they didn't really seem like they were in it at all evening long. They were desperate to try to get an opportunity to score a goal, but they just couldn't find until the third period. But it was all Florida Panthers up until that point. Brad Marchand, he is drinking from the fountain of youth right now. He gets 2 goals in this game, while Sam Bennett, he also gets a goal in this game. Both guys need a contract at the end of this season. In a couple weeks' time, July 1st, both these players will be asking teams for a contract, and they are both earning it with these performances in the playoffs. They are both exceptional players for the Florida Panthers right now, and I cannot think of a better acquisition at the trade deadline for a Stanley Cup aspiration team than the Florida Panthers and Brad Marchand right now. Sam Bennett, if the Florida Panthers win the next game at home and win the Stanley Cup, I don't see how you cannot have Sam Bennett as the Conn Smythe winner for the MVP of the playoffs. It just seems like it is a no-brainer at this point. He scores his 15th goal of the playoffs, and his goal was the goal that put up the Panthers 3-0 in this game. The Florida Panthers defense was suffocating all night long. They were an anchor right in front of Sergei Bobrovsky. He saved 19 of 21 shots. This was a very low-scoring or low-shot game. Both teams were suffocating in the neutral zone, but it was the Florida Panthers that jumped on all opportunities and were able to convert on their chances. The Oilers, it took them 2.5 periods really to get anything going, to show any signs of life. Connor McDavid, he did what Connor McDavid does. He made the Florida Panthers defense look like silly little boys. They couldn't do anything, and McDavid, he just dangled around everybody. Even Alphonso Davies, Bayern Munich star, he was in the stands acting like McDavid was going, but he was exceptional on that goal. Solo effort. He brought the game to 3-1, giving some life back into the stadium, but he just couldn't do enough to get his team to try to overcome a 3-0 deficit for the second straight game. That was Connor McDavid's first goal of the Stanley Cup Finals, which is, come on, man. You're Connor McDavid. You should be scoring. Yes, he's been very effective in other aspects of the series, but you need him to score. You really do. But Sam Reinhart, he added the 4-1 goal extremely quickly right after McDavid scored, giving the Panthers that 3-goal cushion very quickly right back in their favor. With 3 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third period, Corey Perry, the 40-year-old, the old men are showing up in this game and this series. He scored the Oilers. They had the empty net. Perry, he scores with the extra man advantage, but A2 Luosterainen, he scores from his own end into the empty net to give the Panthers a 5-2 victory. Like I said at the beginning of this segment, the Panthers, they now lead the series 3-2. They head back home to Florida for the chance to win it at home for the second straight consecutive season. Florida, they continue to dominate on the road this postseason. They are 10 wins and 3 losses on the road. The Maple Leafs, they're very aware of how dominant they can be on the road, but it doesn't seem like it's just the Leafs that are struggling against them at home. Every team that they have faced, it tends to be like this. Tonight's win was a reminder of their championship form, just suffocating defense, taking advantage of their opportunities, and converting, and then just packing up, going home, dumping the puck in deep, hitting and finishing every check so the Oilers have nothing to give. The Edmonton goalie, Calvin Pickard, it was his first loss in 8 playoff attempts this season, so that he's had a very good run up until this point, but the Panthers, they had something to say about it tonight. One thing that the Oilers should probably work on before Tuesday's matchup in Sunrise is their power play. They went 0 for 3 with the man advantage, and that is something you need to take advantage of against this very suffocating Florida defense and team. If you have the man advantage, you almost have to take advantage and get a goal on the board at least one time, because if you don't do that, you're not going to get many other opportunities. Game 6 is set for Tuesday night in Sunrise, Florida. Like I just mentioned, the Panthers, they can win the cup and the season would be over. But I hope that we get 7 games. The series has been very entertaining. This game was kind of not boring, but more on the yeah, I guess boring is the only word I can think of right now, but it wasn't too event heavy, even though we had 7 goals. The Panthers, they just dominated this game from start to finish. We were at a restaurant and a bar watching the first 2 periods, and even the Edmonton Oilers fans got super quiet after a bit. It got super loud for a bit when they thought they scored, but the puck just hit the side netting, and that was as exciting as it got for the Oilers for the first 2.5 periods or so. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you Tuesday for some predictions and recap, and hopefully we will be talking about a potential Game 7 in Edmonton. So have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching.